Hello everybody, this is John here, aka Press Bubbles, and once again, welcome to my laboratory. Today's edition, we're going to be talking about the ancient Pokemon, or past Pokemon, of the Paradox forms. And that includes Fluttermane, we're going to include the Silverwing, Burnt Bonnet, Great Tusk, excuse me, Roaring Moon, Sandy Shocks, and Screamtail. So, we recently just did a video about the future Pokemon and break down the analysis of them. Since Season 2 is going to start allowing the Paradox Pokemon to be played, it's good to know which is good and which ones are not. I'm not saying all of them are crazy top tier, but we're going to break down the benefits of using each one at a time. So, one thing you should notice right off the bat that each of these Pokemon have the same ability called Protosynthesis. Now, if you don't know what that does, next to Pokemon Showdown, I love how it breaks it down, by the way. If it's Sunny Day is active or boosted energy is used, it's an item you can hold on to your Pokemon. The highest stats gains a 1.3 times power, or if it's the speed stat, it gains 1.5. So, certain Pokemon that are going fast just became faster off of that ability. So, what you could do is with the I'm gonna call it prehistoric Pokemon, but the past Pokemon, you can actually focus on building a Sunny team like Torkoal. Torkoal hits the field, Sunny Day activates, so the weather condition hits for Sunny Day, and it actually will activate these characters' moves. So, Torkoal will be one of the better Pokemon to be paired with it. That way, you don't have to use boost energy to keep the ability going off. So, Fluttermane was actually one of the first Pokemon banned, and the reason why is because if you check out the stats, it is really off the chart in terms of overall stat number. With a 369 speed, and that's based off, we're talking about the fact that it's being in serious mode. If we would have added as a sassy, or let's see, go down the list here. We were doing special attacks, so we want to do speed and attack power. So we just gotta find the one. There's special defense. Should be coming up right here. Speed and attack, yeah, timid. Look at that. 405 speed. And that's if he doesn't get this boost. So he gets 1.5 boost. You're hitting over 600. It's just crazy speed. So it's gonna hit first. So it's like the new gen of Alakazam back in the day, where Alakazam has high speed and high special attack. It didn't matter because the attack could just smash through walls. So the attacks you learn is Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Dazzling Gleam. Now, Dazzling Gleam's attack is based off doing damage to both Pokemon on the field, and it does reasonable amount. It does 80. Because we're hitting fairy type, this does a little more. Dark Pulse is good because right now, Dark Pulse with Psychic Pokemon in play, it's a good choice. Shadow Ball because we have our own typing, there's Pokemon that are a lot of meta can be weak against Shadow Ball. And Icy Wind is very good, especially for like mirror matches, because it doesn't do as much damage, but you drop both your opponent's speed. Because there's a 100% chance of lowering the speed by 1 level. So, as soon as you can do that, and you both did like a tailwind, you're ahead. Plain and simple. Or at least ahead for those two Pokemon. The next two Pokemon you have to do Ice Wind again. But you're still doing some damage, and you're lowering their speed level. So overall, Fluttermane is going to be a really, really awesome Pokemon to play. So just throwing it out there. Next, we got Silverwing. And don't get me wrong, when I do my other videos in the future, I'm just doing the Paradox future as one, and I'm doing the Paradox past Pokemon as one big group, because they're the same similar Pokemon in the terms. Now, if we get an expansion to a new game, I'll just add it as an expansion over time. But mainly, I'm going to start doing individual videos to be a lot shorter. So, bear in mind. So, Silverwing is also a bug fighting type, which is kind of interesting since the original counterpart is Bug Fire. So loses fire even though it can do fire attacks, but it gains close combat, so it, to each their own. Same idea. If you had Torkoal without with this thing, it gains additional boost power. Now this is not the fast Pokemon, but its attack power is tremendous at 369. And if we give it its nature that it needs, so let's say if we get rid of, we need attack and special attack. So, yeah, adamant. 405, look at that. So 405, this thing is just hitting like a tank. It also learns First Impression, so if you don't know what First Impression does, it's a higher priority move. But you only use it to the first turn only. So, if you're able to hit and hit for weakness, it's going to hit like a truck. It is a strong power to have. Next to it, you have Leech Life, which is the bug version of Giga Drain. And because obviously we're a bug type, so they got a nice heal factor. And it's also physical, not special. Flare Blitz is basically our recoil we take damage. And just nice fire attack all around, and close combat is a nice one that lowers our defense. But again, this Pokemon is all about stab moves. We're just going in there bluntly and not caring about the result at the end because we're hoping to knock you out. So we have a Great Tusk, and this is one ones I actually am liking right now. I'll explain why in a second. So I would put a Focus Slash on this Pokemon because there's a lot of Pokemon out there that have a high special attack, and his special defense is very low. So it's just protection from that. So you would obviously pair this up with Torkoal. One of the moves that I would keep is Endeavor. So if he did drop down and leaves 1 HP left, Endeavor lower the target's HP, the higher the user's attack. Higher the the lower the target's HP to the user's HP. So if I have 1, they have 400. You're doing a giant stab move. But if you don't like that kind of move, just throwing it out there, what's cool about this Pokemon is it learns a unique move. It's not Ice type, called Ice Spinner. Now, if you're not familiar with Ice Spinner, it ends the effects of terrain moves. So you have, let's use an example. Oh, it's the Autognome. So Autognome comes out and brings second turn train out, for example. Right when it hits the field. Well, guess what? Now you can go ahead and do your little Ice Spinner and knock it out. So that terrain is gone now. Now it doesn't get rid of weather effects. Weather effects still stay. It's just the terrain, it's the ground fields that go away. So it's really good, and it's a high power hit too. So that's why I believe that this is a really good shot, especially against all the dragons and the flying Pokemon. It's a nice hit. Megahorn is good because Bug is the best physical bug attack you can get, and it's just ramming your opponent. That's all you're doing. So if we modify the attack power again, go back up and make him adamant, almost hitting 400. He's at 397, has high HP. Yes, you could increase the special defense, but the reason why I keep it so high, in case you do play against physical teams and they don't have special, then you're giving yourself a good advantage of having almost 300 defense with 434 HP. So that's why it's set up the way it's set up. Basic moves: Rock Slide, Ice Spinner, Megahorn, Earthquake. They're all self-explanatory, being ground fighting. I prefer being ground. You could change it up. We could try Ice, maybe. Fire will be a very interesting one. You want to try and change a type that would make advantage for you. A good choice to be what your moves are at the moment. So you could make Ice and make it part of an Ice team. That would be interesting to give it more defense power. But at the end, you could leave it as fighting. You could just leave it alone as a ground. I think ground is a pretty good one. And there's really not much to complain about that. So Roaring Moon, that was one of the, I think, second or third one that actually got panned. Again, it has to do with the stat power. These Pokemon are just crazy fast. We got special attack. No, that's attack power. So we need speed and special attack. Special D, special defense, special attack. I will find it. Special attack and speed. So this is a careful type. Right. Oh. Special. I will find it. There, special attack. Jolly. So with 370 speed, it's fast, 377 attack, good HP, and okay defenses. Being a Dragon Dark type, it is going to be hurting like a ton of bricks. Same idea, pair it up with Southern Day, get his power boosted up. You can switch to boost energy with a muscle band, make his power even powerful. It runs acrobatics. Double the power if the user has no health item. So if you decided to just use boost energy, that's where you can get this powered up. So this one might stick to the whole idea of having that energy, and he'll be like later on when Sunny Day goes away, and boom, boost power kicks on. You also have Brick Break. There's a lot of reflect type moves that we'll get to Screaming Tail in a little bit. But like Reflect and Light Screen is really good in terms of the long play for doubles. Throat Chop, you stop sound based moves. So there are certain Pokemon that like to use the vocal sound, voice, echo voice. And there's another variety of sound moves too, but it's just a good variety. It's a dark, and it does a lot of damage. Roast, well, obviously it's basically recovers for flying. And it gains half health. So if you're able to heal at a certain time where you can predict your opponent not attacking you, or maybe you have an ally and you want this Pokemon to survive, so you go, hey, follow me, I'm gonna roast on my Pokemon, and follow me, takes the hits, and then you got one Pokemon that's pumped up, ready to go. Now this one is the punk rocker of all of the past Pokemon, and it's the Magneton, or in this case, Sandy Shocks. So it's what's interesting about this Pokemon is its stats are like, again, I feel like this is like the normal, like the average Pokemon stats for these past Pokemon, because it doesn't really have a high anything. Like, most Pokemon have like at least a 400 or 350. He's across the board like 300 on average. Like he's just like 250, 300 average. He's like, I'm there to help, but he's not strong in a particular category. Now again, we switch the Sirius off, and okay, we go, well, not speed. He raises his HP up, or it raises attack power and lower his special attack. Actually, vice versa. We're going to raise his special attack. So special attack and regular attack. So special attack modest. For 305, it's not bad. He's a balanced Pokemon. Electric Ground, which is not an ideal type that you want to have. But it does learn Discharge, which hits all Pokemon on your opponent's side field. I believe Discharge also hits yours too. Earth Power, which is the Earthquake Staff for one single Pokemon. Flash Cannon, which is not really used a lot, but because we're a special hitter, it's Steel Variation. And Protect, just to help itself out. I don't see this one being played as much, but you know, then again, we just had San Diego regionals, and we just saw Water Tauros be dominant in the top 8. So, you know, a lot of things that can happen. Last but certainly not least, it's actually, I feel like it's one of the laziest drawings, but I actually like the way it looks, is Screamtail, which is basically Jigglypuff's past form. You know, with basically a Mewtwo tail attached to it, or the at least mega version of it. So again, so you can pair it up with boost energy or with a sunny day, the heat effect on the field. Now this Pokemon is more of the status Pokemon. So where some Pokemon shined and certain attacks and defense, this Pokemon actually, we increase his speed and his HP to 434 and 321. We're not really caring about its attack power, so if we had to change something, it would be the lower attack and up its special attack. Again, we would go to, oh, let's go find it. Let's see, you know what? Yeah, we'll do speed. We want this to be as fast as we can to get the attack off. It has 2 good defenses with high HP. So what do we do with this Pokemon? Well, very simply, it learns Reflect and Light Screen. You can tell based on the Pokemon you fight if you're gonna need one or the other or both. So you put the Reflects, you put the Light Screens on, you use Wish. Next turn, one of your Pokemon gains half HP gets restored. It uses max HP. So you get it going, get the health going, and then you have one attack move, Dazzling Gleam. And you're not really hitting a lot, but the whole idea is that you want to at least have one power move. Its purpose is just to get the Light Screen and Reflects on the field. And you can run different versions. I've seen people not worry about the attack and the speed. They drop it down and they go straight defense just to pump it up and HP a little more. It's good and all, but I feel like you just want to max your HP out to give it a big purpose, and speed is always important. So that's why I found that speed and HP is great in this one. It does have a decent attack. It's 166. It's not the best, but it's going to do chip damage. But again, this Pokemon's purpose is to be on the field to do the reflections of the reduced damage on both physical and special. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're doing more videos in the future, and like I said, the future videos I'll be doing, I'll be focusing first on the Pokemon that we played in Season 1. I'll be looking at each of the highest evolutions in the game, and as soon as I get that done, my next goal is to go to the Arceus games and go for the highest level Pokemon each one, and do a 5-minute video for each character. And it won't be a bunch of characters together. I'll be cycling through characters, or if I do put characters together, it'll be like, here are the best water types. Actually, it might be good to do. Here's the best flying types. Here's the best variation of fire types, and just kind of put that kind of skill together. I'll figure it out. But until then, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be doing more videos, not just on Pokemon TCG, VG. I also do Pokemon TCG with Pokemon Online. I do player deck concept ideas, as well as do Pokemon Unite. So don't be afraid to hit like and subscribe if you have any questions or concerns. And please leave comments about what I talked about. If you guys have any opinions about them, let me know, because I'll be doing matches with these Pokemon as well. So until then, thank you for joining me, and have a good night.